Welcome to this weekly National COVID-19 update. My name is Dr. Agnes Mahomva, the Chief Coordinator for the National Response to COVID-19 pandemic in Zimbabwe. Just over 6 months ago, on the 20th of March 2020, Zimbabwe reported its very first confirmed case of COVID-19. Since then, the nation's cumulative number of confirmed cases has risen to over 8,000, as outlined on the screen. This week, Zimbabwe recorded fewer number of new COVID-19 cases compared to last week. In the past several weeks, Zimbabwe has continued to record a decrease in the average number of reported new cases and deaths per week. This decrease is significant and has therefore pushed us to take stock and conduct an intra-action review of the national response in a comprehensive manner. The review, which is already in progress and at an advanced stage, is looking at all levels of the country's response. It is covering all 10 provinces and working with all key stakeholders, including you, the communities, since you are very much part of this national response. Just last week, I talked to you about surveys and assessments that were conducted in August and September 2020 by both the global and local experts. These assessments have indicated that the nation's response is very much on track. So what is new? Why this additional review, you might ask? Well, some factors identified in our previous surveys need further review since additional and more complete national response data is now available. This, together with the continued decline in the numbers of new cases, has created a very big opportunity for the nation to conduct a detailed intra-action review in a systematic and scientific as well as comprehensive way, in line with the WHO recommended intra-action review guidelines and tools. The review will allow us to clearly document without any doubt the nation's achievements, the challenges we're facing, the lessons that we have learned. The interaction will also aim to address a number of questions that you, the communities, have continued to ask us. For example, is the ongoing COVID transmission in Zimbabwe really being brought under control? Has the capacity of the health system in Zimbabwe been strengthened to a level that is able to cope with the resurgence of COVID-19 cases? In other words, are we prepared for a resurgence? Additional background to this review is the fact that the International Health Regulation Emergency Committee met on the 31st of July this year and advised that countries should conduct intra-action reviews and share best practices. According to WHO, Zimbabwe is among the first countries conducting the recommended intra-action reviews. Countries that have so far completed intra-action reviews include South Africa, our neighbor, Tunisia, Uzbekistan, Indonesia, and Thailand. To date, our teams, led by the Minister of Health and Child Care, which happens to be the chair of the Health Strategy and Infrastructure Subcommittee of the Cabinet Interministerial Task Force on COVID-19, have completed provincial intra-action review meetings and processes with very good participation from key stakeholders, including yourselves. So consolidation of the provincial intra-action review findings into a national draft report is in progress. This will, of course, be discussed at the planned national level intra-action review meetings for finalization. While it is important to prepare for potential resurgence, it is very critical for us to continuously remind ourselves to focus on our current response, because once again, the epidemic is not over yet. So let me remind ourselves to continue to adhere to all the recommended public health and social measures. The best way to control the spread of this virus and to avert any resurgence that we are really worried about is to strictly adhere to all recommended preventative measures. We talk of social distancing, 1 to 2 meters apart, when in queues, banks, you name it. We talk of using your mask, wearing your mask properly, covering your nose and mouth, making sure you're not going into those huge crowds without that distancing. Do therefore tune in to ZBC, the radio, and other media platforms for the most recent weekly national COVID-19 updates, including results of the National Interaction Review that we are in the middle of. Once, of course, those results are available. I thank you.